Good morning, Josh Schroyer, Planning Ops trainee with our operational update for October 22nd for the CalWood and Left Hand fires. So we're going to go over real quick what happened last night during the red flag warning and wind event. And the good news is the fire did not really move much. I think we experienced about 100 acres of growth overall. So from our standpoint, that was a huge success. So we've talked about a good update coming, and this is the one I think we've been looking for. We've turned a corner. So with that, let's just get into it, and we'll start back on the CalWood fire, kind of at the heel. Again, lots of good work happened yesterday, working our way down. They got a good burnout completed yesterday down here in Zulu, securing around these structures back here. The fire with the wind direction pushed in on itself, so it pulled away from our values at risk there, and that cleaned up really nice. Our night division that was out there overnight said that got some good depth, and everything was looking real secure as of our update from them this morning. Specifically, when we talk about the firing operations that we've had down here in Zulu, what we're looking at is taking a containment line, a control line, and burning out the fuel between that line and the main fire. And what that does is that gives us basically a wider containment line. When the main fire gets to the burnout that we did, it runs out of fuel. And again, we do that really slow and methodical around these structures because we don't want to add more heat than we can manage. And by doing that real slow, we were able to progress that all the way down and tie it back into another road down here, and that was very successful yesterday. Fire is still actively backing down in the canyon up here along the Highway 7 corridor. We're going to still see lots of smoke and some fire in here. Again, this is an area that's way too steep to put firefighters, and so we're just monitoring this as it slowly backs down and keeping an eye on that, and that way we know if or when it's ever going to spot, which we don't anticipate, but we got to stay vigilant on this. Coming around to the north side of the fire, again, great progress by the crews on the ground working from the north back to the west. And things are looking really good all the way through here. Getting some good mop up, the containment line is holding. And again, this was our big concern with that wind event. So I know a lot of you up here had to get evacuated yesterday. The sheriff's office did that precautionary evacuation for you. This held, and so that was the big win for us. This looked real good, held overnight. Huge success for the people on the ground and for you guys that are dealing with this. The east side of the fire, again, nice and cold, very little heat, looking wonderful. Coming around to the southeast side, crews yesterday made great progress all the way up through here. We were even able to get crews kind of coming down where this is growing to the south as it's coming down into this drainage. So we actually had crews on the ground working down here, utilizing aircraft with their buckets and water to help hold that in check, and getting at least boots on the ground to verify a lot of this stuff all the way around. So making some wonderful progress down in here. Kind of finishing back into Zulu. Again, we're getting crews engaged. We talked about the firing operation that came through here. And again, that was a very slow and methodical process that we did through there. We didn't want to put more fire on the ground than we can handle. And they did that very well yesterday and got that completed and started to mop up. And we'll continue to be mopping that up today to secure any heat that's through there. Most of our smoke generation from yesterday was actually down in this area. A little bit from up here, but as we talked about earlier yesterday, most of the smoke that we saw was from the East Troublesome fire that's across the divide. So that's kind of the update for the CalWood, and we'll move down to the Left Hand fire. As you can see maybe on the map, if you've been paying close attention, which I know you guys have, we've got some more containment on this fire yesterday. So that's going back to the great work that the firefighters are doing on the ground. This thing held really well last night in that wind event. Our night division crews that were out there said they saw very, very little heat. So we're feeling really comfortable about this. We're still going to continue to mop up and secure this line, especially on the north side, that combination of hand line and dozer line all the way through here. So a wonderful success on that, and we're looking for some good things today, especially with the cooler temperatures, the higher humidities. We're looking for another successful day today. And that's the update.